us, inshallah.
Us, the Muslims.
And Muslim, yes, but if we understand what is Muslim is, a Muslim, you submit yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To submit yourself to Islam. CNN or Fox News speaking to Islam completely different. That's supposed to be. But also, us as a Muslims in America, and also a lot of us watching us, all of us.
All
You know,
over.
yeah. But sometimes we are really afraid to say I am a Muslim, afraid to make Muhammad become Mo, Fatima become Fufu, and a lot of things change. But at the same time, what did you know what the shaitan is, but we are not really follow our desire with the shaitan. Okay? Especially you are born here, and the situation here, how to fix our life and our problem if we are facing about my identity. But I am Muslim. But especially our kids around to go to public school, they're afraid to speak about Islam.
Well, I think a lot of times our kids, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi gets. I always forget that.
Yes, alhamdulillah, bismillah.
I always think that when you talk to the kids, especially when the 8th graders are going to the high schools, right? They're in the Islamic school for 8 years, and they know the deen, they know the religion, they know the Quran, mashallah. A lot of the kids, hafiz, they learn, but they don't know the real meaning of what Islam is, right?
I love that. I love that.
It's so when I talk to them about, they can outread the Quran me. Like they could do more of the Quran than I can, mashallah. They know better Arabic than I do. But when you ask them, okay, when you're gonna go to high school now, somebody's gonna ask you, what are you? Why is your name Ibrahim? What does that mean? Do you or have you explained to your child what their name means?
I love that.
Right? Because if you okay, we're born in the West, we have a lot of kids who are born who are non-Muslim that their parents just named them after a musician, after some Michael Jackson, or they name their kids after expensive cars or something. They don't have real depth or real meaning to their names like we do.
The important topic,
right? And so one of the things I always try to explain to the kids is, ask your parents what that means. What does Ibrahim mean? What does Muhammad mean? What does Umar mean? What does Zaid mean? What are these Yusra? What do these names mean? Where do they come from? Right? So when you go to high school and they ask you these questions, you can have an answer to that. Where did that name come from? What does it mean to be a Muslim?
This topic is a very important topic, brother. Don't forget, Allah said, Allah said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I created jinn and human being for one purpose, to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But also, I will khutbah the Jum'ah last week. Who's Allah? You was with it.
I was with you.
Yes, you
were the one of the only khutbahs that I don't sleep in.
Sorry for that.
No, it was good. I didn't fall asleep. That's good.
What is Allah?
What is Allah?
How many of us we love Allah, but if we truly love Allah, we have to follow His step, what He says. If we love Rasulullah, we have to follow the steps of Rasulullah. Now, you are, alhamdulillah, we know as a Muslim, especially our age. We Allah, worship Allah, we pray, alhamdulillah, we fast, we are afraid to make an haram. But what about people, the Muslim by name?
So, again, I'm always going to talk about the youth because I think that
youth,
that's for me. That's the important.
Youth, I agree.
And if you talk about the youth, the adults will understand as well, right? If you're an adult and you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and you still don't know what your name means, you still don't know what Islam is, what Allah is, what's your purpose in life, then you have a problem, right?
Repeat this again to everyone, please.
Yeah, if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and you don't know what your purpose in life is, then you got a problem.
Thank you.
You have a problem. And one of the things I tell the kids and the youth, especially in the 9th grade and high schools and stuff, is we all have the same purpose, right? But just like you said, what's our purpose in Islam is to worship Allah.
Yeah.
And so the way I explain to the kids is, it's not just praying, it's not just fasting, it's not just, you can go to a sheikh and an imam can explain to you the reasons for all that, right? But our purpose is to make sure that we understand while you're doing all that,
I love this. Why you pray?
While
Why
you're
you
praying,
fast?
while you're fasting, while you're doing charity,
Excellent.
while you're doing all
Why?
this, people are watching you, right? The non-Muslims are watching you, the other people are watching you, and people are learning from you. And we talked about this last week, da'wah without doing da'wah,
Yeah,
right?
by
So-
default, though.
by default.
Yeah.
So people are watching your actions. People are watching your demeanor, how you act, how you behave, how you talk, how you walk. People are watching you on the outside, and they're not going to admit it, and they probably won't even notice that they're watching you, but they're watching you. And then you'll start to see little changes in people's behaviors around you. Well, don't do this because Ibrahim's here. Ibrahim doesn't like this. Don't do this in front of him. Don't drink alcohol in front of him. Don't, there's a lot of times where I won't go to meetings because there's alcohol there. And they know, hey, don't worry, Muhammad. We know you're not going to come because there's alcohol here. So we'll tell you what happened in the meeting. Okay, cool. That's perfect. They know out of respect now that I won't go to certain places for meetings if there's certain things around that area. You know what I mean? Like I set my boundaries, I set my limitations to them. They understand, they respected it. And I didn't yell, scream, or I can't believe you guys did this. No, it's, hey, listen, I appreciate it. I'm really glad you guys are changing the meeting place, but just out of my own respect, I'm sorry I can't go to that place because it has this, or because they do that, or because there's loud music, or because whatever the case may be. Oh, okay, Muhammad, we respect it, we get it, we understand, and that's it.
Yeah, with
respect.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think that if you explain to these kids at a young age, 8th grade, 9th grade, you start getting them built for that, they'll have more confidence to explain to the people on the outside why we don't date, right? Why we don't go and drink alcohol with our friends, why we don't smoke, or do drugs, why we don't. There's certain things that those kids will now be able to explain to their peers in the classrooms why they don't do certain things. For them, they think, oh, you're just a Muslim, you pray all the time. That's what Muslims do. You guys are always praying. But if you give that kid the proper tools to learn, to explain to the people around him why they do certain things. Why do you fast? Well, the short answer, because Allah told us. But let me tell you, there's a lot of health benefits for it. Did you know that this? And then the physically, mentally, spiritually.
Oh, I agree.
Right?
Allah.
And it's like, you give those kids the tools, you explain to them these things, teach the kids how to talk, how to speak, then they can kind of spread out the right.
Well, brother, you mentioned something beautiful. There's actually very important, especially you're born here, different than me. Sister Layla also, she's born here, but she's an Egyptian also.
No.
My point, brother, you just Jazakallah khair. Yes, me as a sheikh, because Allah say you have to pray. Allah said you have to fast. Allah said, I give proof from the Quran and from the Sunnah. We have to do this.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's your job.
But really, Salah, you just mentioned Salah. How do you, Salah, because Allah said that. But the kids
don't understand it. They'll say, oh, Allah told us.
But tell us. I don't want to learn. I'm learning from you about how to encourage my son, my daughter, babies, Salah, because why?
And there's benefits to Salah.
Right? Benefits.
The benefits of Salah is, well, you have to ask yourself the new things now, right? Yoga, meditation, all these things that these people are coming up with, these new things. It's already been what we do with our Salah. Why do we go down on our knees? Why do we, put our heads to the ground? Why do they do yoga? When they do yoga, they do the same motions, the same things, because they know it helps the circulation in the blood. It helps the senses calm down. It lets you breathe better. So there's already health benefits to Salah that they're already doing with the yoga and with all these other things that they're doing out there.
You're right.
So when you tell the kids these things, and I did it with, I think it was the 5th graders, and I explained to them during COVID, think about COVID, when the COVID came and the doctors were on the news saying, you have to clean your nose. You have to get all the germs out of your nose. Well, we do that for when we make wudu.
Absolutely.
And the 5th graders were like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Yeah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already told us this.
Like that, yeah.
Allah told us these things a long time ago. But now the doctors are saying you have to clean your nose. You have to wash your hands at least 5 times a day. Well, what are we doing? And I tell the 5th graders understood. They grab that concept, and then they say, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Not only that, when you go to the bathroom, we have to wash. We have to clean the bathroom too.
Yeah. And if you remember, I don't know if you remember, but years before COVID, people would say, oh, if you go to those Muslim countries, they don't have toilet paper, they have hoses. and they would make fun of us.
I think, yeah.
They would make fun of us for using the hoses to clean yourselves. And now what? Now everybody wants one.
Exactly.
Everybody wants one. So you see how, and I would tell the kids this. You see, there's benefits to everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already ordered us to do. Right? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us not to eat pork, then you look at the science. Look at the meat of the pig and how nasty and disgusting it is. It's not in the Quran that says the reason why I'm telling you not to eat pork is this. He just says don't eat pork. So you listen, you don't eat pork. But I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of diseases that comes with that pig. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us. And then you look at the science and you look at the proof, and the kids are like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. If you make it make sense, the kids will learn.
I love it. SubhanAllah, when I came to America, I was going to work on Florida International University in the beginning when I went here. And then we have every 4 months in the semester, we have to go to the desert. And me, I have to wash, actually, because we have to wash every salah.
Yeah.
Because we drink a lot of water, we have bathroom, and clean. Actually, 1 week, no shower. We work and work in the desert, in the mountain. And Brother Muhammad, after 2-3 days, everybody stink.
Yeah.
Except me. And after 1 week, on the bus, everybody cannot eat. What happened? You smell good, always smell good. Because I said, why? Because I wash my hand, my elbow, my feet, and when I go to the bathroom, I clean with the water. This is my salah. Imagine this. Dabi, you're right. But then the salah, yes. What about, we are now the end of Rajab, now after 1 month, Ramadan. How to encourage our kids now in new knowledge about not halal haram here. We have to fast in Ramadan.
There's ways of getting our kids ready for these things, right? Ramadan, Salah, Hajj. These things that if you start to explain it and make it make sense to these kids logically, right? Because that's what we think. We think about, and Islam is a logical religion.
Absolutely.
Right? It's not. There's no question about why we do certain things. Everything has an answer to it.
Indeed.
Right? And science is backing everything up now. Now, after
I like that. Yeah.
Science is backing everything up. So it's not like we're coming up with anything new.
Yeah.
Nothing's new. Everything's there, for a long time. So even if I explained to the kids years back, I don't know, in Europe when they had like the plagues and all these things, and while everybody was dying, the Muslims. I was listening to one of these guys, these scientists. He was talking. He said the Muslims were the only ones not dying. They were always the ones that were not sick. And the people in Europe thought that there was something, that these people were witches, that the Muslims were witches, that they were causing these diseases. But the European people didn't know that the reasons why the Muslims were not getting sick, was because they were washing their hands, they were washing their faces, they're rinsing out their mouths, they were cleaning themselves. But the European thought that they were witches because they were the only ones not getting sick. That's how history kind of is, right? People are ignorant, people are stupid, people don't really understand. So you explain to the kids, listen, Ramadan's coming up, right? Ramadan is coming up. I think a lot of times our parents, or maybe most of the time the parents, they have this like dread, like, oh, Ramadan's coming. Like they don't like it, or they're especially parents.
Yeah.
And so when you're acting like this, what do you think the kids are seeing?
Worse.
Oh, my mom doesn't like it, my dad doesn't like it, I'm not gonna like it. So you're already getting your kid prepared to not like something by showing those actions, by showing those talking the way you're talking, the negativity that's coming up when you talk about Ramadan. In your house, as a parent, hey man, I can't wait for Ramadan to come. Why? Why can't you wait? Well, I lose a little bit of weight. I feel better after the month is finished. I feel better. I feel healthier. Let's explain to you why and what we should do during the. Actually, we were talking about that now with my wife. How we can make this Ramadan better than last Ramadan. What can we do different? Let's watch the stuff that's on YouTube. What's we call it? Yakin stuff, like the little Islamic lessons that they have during Ramadan. Let's sit down as a family, put the TV on right before dinner, like an hour before, and we just sit down and
read Quran.
Or read Quran. Yeah.
Quran, Ramadan, Quran.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's lots of things that you can do to kind of get your kid. The same thing with the Quran. Think about that. How many people really want to read the Quran?
Elderly.
Nobody wants to read the Quran. The people, the
supposed
kids,
to.
they need to. They're supposed to read it, but they don't want to.
Yeah.
Because the Quran, the Quran's boring. Oh, the Quran's.
Ya Allah.
No, but they say that. They don't just say that. They learn that.
They learn that. Yeah.
Right. So if you're bored, and you're showing them that it's a boring thing to read, if it's not. That's why I always say that the Muslims, the reverts, are the better the Muslims than the ones who are, because they get excited when they read the Quran.
Yeah.
When they hear the Quran.
Yeah.
But for us, it's a chore.
Yeah.
Right? They make it into a chore. So be positive about Islamic stuff in your
Be
house.
positive
About Islamic. Anything that has to do with Islam, be positive about it. If you're positive and their kids are seeing you become positive, your kids are going to be happy. They're going to get excited. They're going to love Ramadan. They're going to love to pray. They're going to love, to give charity. They're going to know it becomes a routine.
Your brother, almost not the Ramadan, last Ramadan, the one before, I was in Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I enter a house in Ramadan. When I entered the house, babies, and the moms, what they do, or making the house,
Mm-hmm.
when they enter their houses, now the house is destroyed.
Yeah.
The tent now.
Yeah.
They're making fanus, what do you call it, the lamb. They're making like a preparation
Decoration.
for the decoration for Ramadan, the whole entire month.
Yeah.
And even the Eid. But the key, the feel, the whole Eid, the holiday, the whole entire month.
Absolutely.
That's why they're interested to fast.
Mm-hmm.
Babies.
You make it exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah, you have to make it exciting. You have to make it interesting. You have to have reason.
Yeah, that's in Gaza. I mean, Allah give peace and tranquility, pass, and all the Muslim world, Ya Rabbi, and Sudan, Ya Rabbi al-Amin, and Yemen, and Rohingya, and many. But at the same time, we are an American Muslim, alhamdulillah. Really, we have some houses, yes. For example, we don't have babies in the house, but my wife, she made lamb here and lamb here. We made Ramadan as a Ramadan.
Yeah, absolutely.
But our kids actually, to me, encouraging the parents now how to do in Ramadan to make our kids love Ramadan, especially Sha'ban coming soon, when we're 8 of Rajab now, and to how make our house ready to have the whole holiday Ramadan as Eid. Not only Eid al-Fitr, the whole Eid.
Yeah.
How, brother?
So let's take notes of Christmas.
Notes of the Christmas.
Yeah. How do they do Christmas?
I don't know.
They make their houses lit up. They put.
Yeah.
They decorate. So
the lights and this.
The kids are so excited for a whole month. All those kids.
Yeah, fireworks.
Everything. Yeah. Well, don't do fireworks because I don't know if you're allowed to do fireworks out there. But they get their kids excited, right? And so, we have a thing where we kind of just call it Ramadan, just fasting. Well, no, put some oomph in it, put some excitement in it, put some lights up, put something up to make your house more exciting for them, right? Because for us, it's like, we only have 1 month where we can do something like this, right? We have to make sure that our kids are happy to do it, not because they need to do it or because because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us to do it, but let's make it fun for them to do.
Fun.
Right?
Yeah, I like that.
If you don't make, and again, this goes to anybody age level, right?
Oh, the age.
You don't do what you would do for a 5-year-old for a 15-year-old.
Oh, right? I mean, according to the age in the household.
According to your kid's age, and you know your kids better than anybody else, right? You know their mentality, you know their maturity level. Have them decorate it. If they're old enough to decorate, if they're old enough, ask them, what do you want to do with this Ramadan? Let's make this Ramadan better than the last. How can we do that? And you get the kids involved with that whole aspect of the month of Ramadan. Let them decorate. Let them do stuff up there. Let them come up with an idea for dinner. And one thing that I will say also, especially for Ramadan, is I know for our community, I'm already having, I think, like 6 iftar dinners scheduled throughout the city, right? Different masjids, and the cities are doing iftar dinners now. A lot of the cities want to become pro-Muslim or help, be more conscious about the Muslim people that live in their neighborhoods and their communities. So they're asking people to come to these iftar dinners. I'm doing at least 6 of them. So for the month of Ramadan, out of those 30 days, 6 of those, I'm going to be out in the different cities, eating with non-Muslims, explaining to them what Islam is all about, bringing my family with me so I can introduce my kids to these people and show them that we're Muslims, but we're humans at the same time.
Yeah.
And we're not what you see on Fox News. We're not the same thing that you see on CNN. We're humans. All we want is safety, security, and happiness. That's it. just like anybody else wants. And I, like my family said, please, only 1 or 2, but not 6. But I'm going to push them to come with me to all 6 of them. Because again, we got to spread that da'wah, right? Without doing da'wah.
Yeah. Actually, in California, there's Imam, convert Imam.
Mhm.
He's not born as a Muslim, he's Muslim. And then I think he got knowledge in Egypt or Saudi Arabia. But he's an Imam.
Mhm.
And what is the Imam did? Beautiful things. Not too much, by the way. This Imam, I don't know her name, as my wife know the name of the Imam. In Ramadan, every day have iftar.
Yeah.
But bring your bottle of water. We have water. We don't have bottles. You bring your own bottle of water.
That's actually a good idea. Because
Yeah,
people throw
and-
bottles everywhere.
Plus this plastic disease.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah, I hated that.
We should do that at the masjids over here. Instead of bottles of water, put
And you are here. What is this Imam? I forgot. Yeah.
These are the things.
That's tall Imam in California, Imam. In New York?
Yeah,
Yeah.
NYU.
Anyway, but this is
Yeah.
that's the stuff that we should, as Muslims, kind of share these tricks,
Yeah.
because we need to learn from each other. That benefit, not just that masjid, that will benefit a lot of masjids.
Yeah. May Allah bless this Imam. We have to follow that.
Yeah, I mean, there's
We don't know his name. But yeah.
there are examples that we can follow through, right? A lot of times, I think a lot of cities, they don't do iftar dinners. They don't want to, or they don't even know the people, the mayors, the commissioners. Maybe they don't even know that they have 10,000 Muslims in their community. How are the Muslims being?
Actually, Bambur Masjid, our masjid across us, in Ramadan and in Salat al-Jum'ah,
Mhm.
bring a trailer of bottle of water.
Mhm.
And actually, and this plastic is really
Yeah, it's
disease.
bad, it's bad.
And my wife have a teaching in university about this, the diseases of the plastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's have our Ramadan, brother and sister, healthy Ramadan.
Inshallah, I mean, that's
Also, our iman, especially, to be increased. Me as a sheikh, قال Allah, قال Rasul. Prophet Muhammad said, and the Quran said, nothing else. But you are better than me regarding this.
no. And listen, at the end of the day, we know our youth, right? Our youth is going to be taken over from us.
Allah,
right?
yes, the youth gonna take care,
They're going to take care of us. They're going to take over from us,
and they started.
and they're going to and they're going to pick up where we left off, right? And so one of the things I do talk to the kids about is their purpose, right? Their purpose in this life, right? Not just only to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but what else comes with that, right? And one of the things I always explain to the kids and the youth is, and the adults, is whatever profession that you choose, whatever job you go into, whatever career path you go into, make sure you're doing that path or that career path. In the back of your head, you're going to say, okay, how can I give back to my community? If you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, if you're a electrical engineer, if you're an auto mechanic, if you're a house cleaner, if you're whatever, it doesn't matter,
Yeah,
whatever, how can you give back to your community,
I love this.
right? And understanding that it's not in the Quran that says this stuff, right? It's not, these are the things that comes with Islam, right? It comes as
I know the Sunnah. This is the Sunnah.
they're
Yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
And it comes with the deen. Like when you really dive down in understanding the deen of what we have, it tells you that just live your life like this, and the rewards come to you, right? That everything just comes full circle to you, and that you think positive, right? If you think positive, positive things happen. You do good, good things happen. If you give zakat comes back, the money comes back to you. These are the things that it's called the law of attraction in the West.
The law
Law
of
of attraction,
Mm.
right? And that they have a whole book of the law of attraction. We have a book that tells you already
Yeah.
to do this.
Quran and Sunnah. Yeah.
It tells you.
Yes, indeed.
So you already have you have some guy who wrote a book about this, but we already have a book 1,400 years ago that tells
Yeah,
you
be optimistic.
be optimistic, stay positive, teach your kids how to be happy all the time, happy for the stuff they have and happy for the stuff that they don't have, right?
SubhanAllah.
And if we do this and remember again, adjust it to the age level of that kid.
Call it the age
If-
level.
If they're 5 years old, talk to them like they're 5. If they're 10, they're talk to them. But you cannot expect the 5-year-old to understand what you're saying if you're talking to them like they're 20. You have to always understand, top down at that kid's level, to make it simple for them.
Come to his level.
Come to his level.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. And so when I talk to these kids about purpose, about life, they're going to the high schools next, and they're going to go to college next. You plant those seeds in them while they're young. So when they're going to college, they can start to think, okay, I remember years ago, I was told whatever pick I pick, I'm going to make sure I go and give back to my community. you don't know what's going to happen.
I like this idea.
But as long as you have the intention, you consistently have. And I told the kids, maybe you don't have a position that you can give back. I guarantee you, every job you can give back somehow.
I have a question for Sunnahfollowers here. How many of you Sunnahfollowers learn from Sister Layla and Mukhtar and Dr. Ali and the people and Dr. McBride and us here?
Yeah.
How many of you in Sunnahfollowers take the message, we learn from them and spread the message to the others?
And then we get the
You judge yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then very actually, yes, brother Hadith Brother Muhammad in the first and last Hajj he did. He said, "Balighu anni walau ayah." Teach about me even one ayah.
Yeah.
Even one ayah. Brother, very important. What you learn from Brother Muhammad, he came by way. He came from work and to be with us, not with his family. I'm so happy because even before, it's very to take the message and spread the message to everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we're not engineers. We're not, we're not electricians. We're not these things. So our experience and what we do is what we can give back.
Back to exactly. Exactly. So now let's go back to our youth, because honestly, when we hear the youth in daily basis, especially us when our heart broke.
Yeah.
And plus it's amana for me, for us. I know some kids in Ramadan. I'm not fasting today, but I'm sick. Acting sick.
Or I'm tired. Or
I'm tired. And the break, of course, is a great sin, of course. But the kids will know that. To me, is no haram. You have to fast 60 days because to make up continuously. But a lot of kids say, after in Shawwal we do that.
Yeah.
But this is the acting sick. And Rasulullah, if you act sick, you become sick.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you think negative will happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, Allah bless my wife, actually. When I was sick long time ago, she had in a hospital a whiteboard and had a beautiful statement, Arabic and English. In Arabic, خليك متفائل. Be optimistic. Let's be optimistic.
You say this, and it's funny because when I coach soccer and stuff like this, I push these kids hard, because and I tell the parents I don't want to coach. I was pushed to coach, but I'm going to coach my way. And my way, I don't. Oh, my legs hurt or this hurts or that. I said, get back out there and keep running. If you're hurting, that means it's growing.
Yes.
Right. It's gaining muscle.
Faster. Like that.
You're getting stronger. Right. And so it's amazing because I've been doing this now for a couple months. I do it every year. It's always coaching soccer, and I talk to these kids. I yell at these kids. I make them go back in and keep playing. And a lot of the parents they come to me and they say, I've never had a coach who pushed my kid so hard. Thank you for so much, because my kid is so soft. My boy is so soft. I want my boy to be a tough guy. And so I always tell the kids, if you can't handle Ramadan, if it's too much for you, if it's what happened to make you get to this point in your house, what's going on at home to get you to the point where now you think that it's okay to not fast. Well, my mom never really pushed me, or my dad doesn't even fast, or they little excuses that they come up with. And one of the things I try to explain to the kids is, okay, you be that person in that family, in that house, to bring your parents closer to Deen.
Yes.
You bring your parents closer to the Deen. Let them watch you fasting and waiting till the sun goes down, waiting till the adhan comes up. Let your parents watch you pray. And what ends up happening is your parents start to feel guilty. Why is my kid doing all this and I can't even do all this? And I tell them, one of the things I told one of these kids is give it a week during Ramadan. Give it a week during Ramadan where you're fasting, you're praying, you're doing everything. And after a week, tell her, hey, Baba, can you pray with me? Hey, Mama, can you pray with me? And then you'll start to see, okay, I'll pray with you. Okay, I'll pray. You push your parents to...
Or the opposite. Sometimes the parents, especially if the mom is almost home, and the kids is home, come from pray with them.
And if that's the case, yes. But with this specific person I'm kind of talking about, is his parents were so far away from the Deen, but they throw him in an Islamic school.
Oh, yeah. And so, yeah.
They're so far away from the Islam, but they throw him in an Islamic school and say, teach my kid how to be a Muslim. Well, okay, that's only how many hours? 6 hours?
Because the school is not teaching the kids Islam, teaching mathematics, physics, chemistry, and more and more. Yes, the Islamic school, some Quran, some this, but mostly
you learn it at home.
Yes.
You have to be consistent. And that's one of the things I always tell the parents when I do parent night is you can't expect the teachers to teach your kid mannerisms, Islamic mannerisms, and then go home and show them something different. And they watch you being different because they're going to get confused. Kids get confused very easily. Well, Islamic teacher told me that I have to make wudu before I sali. I never see my mom or my dad make wudu and sali. I just see them get up and pray. I never see so they say these things. Kids, when I'm in, they tell me they get comfortable and they say things to me, and because they know I'm not going to go and say Sheikh Ibrahim told me that. They know I'm going to be very private about the conversations we have, but the stuff they tell me, I'm amazed. Well, I'm not going to fast. Well, my mom and dad don't fast. What do you mean? You're in an Islamic school. How did you get to an Islamic school? Your name is Muhammad. You're in Islamic school. Your name is Muhammad. Your parents don't fast.
Maybe the parents sick.
And you ask these questions, right? You say maybe they have this issue, maybe they have that issue. No, they just don't think it's worth it. They think it's too much. It's too much of a headache.
Maybe the woman have a monthly period the whole month, not only 1 week.
Inshallah, no. But these are then that's when I say, okay, let me talk to the parents. Let me see what's going on with the parents. And then you ask them, brother, I heard that you guys, don't fast. What's going on? Is everything okay? Do you need anything? This is a community, a Muslim community. We help each other. Let's help each other. Let me see what's going on. And then once you kind of put a light on that subject with that parent, they start to know, oh, okay, I'm messing up somehow. I'm messing up.
Yeah, but not everybody admit the mistake.
They don't want to admit it, but they'll understand.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you'll start to see the small changes with the parent, with the kid. Oh, and then during Ramadan, the kid will start to say, yeah, we're fasting now. Yeah, we're doing. My dad took your advice and he's watching the stuff on YouTube, and we're doing it as a family. Okay, good. This month of Ramadan is probably the only month that a lot of us eat together.
Yes.
Right. Sometimes we're always working, we're busy, we're going to school.
Yeah.
So this is the month where we start to have to really adjust our lifestyle, right, for becoming a closer family with each other, right? Where we do a lot of self-reflecting. We always talk about self-reflecting and understanding what's going on in ourselves, right? This is the month that you should be able to do that with yourself, with your kids. You don't have to worry about eating. You don't have to worry about doing. You just have to really focus on yourself and focus on your deen for this month.
Yes.
Right? So I tell the parents, I tell everybody, I give them the advice, use this month to really understand where's my life at now and where do I want to be?
Oh.
Right. So how do I get from where I'm at right now to where I want to be? And am I doing what I need to do to get to where I want to be? Or am I just going in circles, going nowhere? This is a month of self-reflection and explaining to the kids what we're doing wrong as parents so we can fix it up. And so after Ramadan, you make Ramadan your springboard to changing your actions, to changing your behaviors, to changing any type of addictions or any type of issues that you have in the house. That's the month where you start to.
But now we are the end of Rajab.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have to prepare myself for Ramadan.
Yeah.
This month.
Yeah, start thinking about it. Start thinking about it now. Where are you in your life?
I mean, this message here for the parents.
For the parents.
Number one, for the parents.
Mm-hmm.
And we are in the end of Rajab. Sha'ban is coming soon. 1 month between Ramadan.
Not just even parents, even adults who without kids. If you're in your 20s and your 30s.
Okay.
Even if you're all of us. And
but I think myself.
Mm-hmm.
In Ramadan, the only thing my Quran. Quran, nothing else. That's Quran.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Ramadan, Quran, Jibreel come to review the Quran with Rasulullah. And before he died, Jibreel came twice to review the Quran with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Allah said that شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. The Quran, the Islam came in Ramadan.
And that's the other thing. Does our kids know that?
Oh, tell me.
Do our kids know what happened during Ramadan? Why?
I like that.
Is there? I know maybe sometimes the Islamic school kids they know.
Yeah.
But the kids that don't go to Islamic school, do they know what Ramadan is all about? What happened? What's the big, story behind Ramadan? Right? What occurred? And these are things that you prepare your kids for before Ramadan. Did you know what Ramadan is all about? Did you know that that's when the Quran came? Did you know? And so when you explain the importance of it too, again, to their age level, that kids will get excited.
Yeah.
They'll know how to answer questions when they go to high school. Why do you guys fast? What and go to college? Why do you guys fast? What's going on with Ramadan? What's it all about? Because there's holidays out there that I hear about that I don't know anything about.
I mean, teaching the kids according to what you said, not only what Allah said and Muhammad said, also physically.
Yeah.
Health, because
yeah. You throw everything into the picture, but you don't do it all in one day.
Yeah, it's step by step.
Little by little, step by step. You throw seeds out there and you say, did you know that during Ramadan, did you know when you're fasting, this is what happens to your body? Did you know that Allah said this? You mix it little by little, little quotes, little scientific facts, little facts from the Quran.
In Ramadan, last Ramadan, my wife and the seerah of Rasulullah, and my wife and her son reading about the seerah together, and then we speak about what they read.
Yeah.
Just like a few minutes. My point, yes, we can. Actually, the Quran is number one. And mashallah, we have tafsir of the Quran, English and Arabic now, all online now. It's
just when you say online, I always tell people, be careful with what you're watching online. What you're listening. That's why I sent you that message the other day, just to make sure that this was correct or not correct. Because it's so, you have to be so careful about who you're watching, what you're listening to, because sometimes they'll throw in a little, slip up, or they won't, maybe not do it intentionally, but they won't say the whole hadith.
Yes. Brother Muhammad actually texted me a video, if that correct Islamically or not. I give him the answer to that. Very important also, brother and sister at Sunnahfollowers, they know the truth. Not share something and you don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, be careful with that. Yeah,
it's very the social media has become so scary because you don't really know what's true, what's not true, and our kids don't really know what's true and not true.
In Ramadan, you just mentioned something important. In Ramadan, brother, I believe you think about social media too much. Now, what about Ramadan? And Ramadan is more posts now, more posts and more posts. This is what you have to do in Ramadan to control myself, not to watch and watch and watch and watch.
Social media is like an addiction, like anything else, right? It's like just like anything else.
Yeah.
The same endorphins, the same thing as if you're doing drugs is the same thing as if you're watching so much social media, right? You're happy, you're excited, you're busy, your mind's going. Ramadan should be like a stepping stone for you to say, okay, let me pull myself away from social media for that month. Instead of watching social media for, maybe you watch it for 8 hours a day, drop it down to 5 hours a day. And then slowly as the month goes by, you start saying, okay, from 5 hours to 4 hours to 2 hours.
So from now, prepare myself.
For now, prepare yourself.
Down and down.
And then you have, there's so many things on our phones that can limit the times we watch, how much we can watch. It turns your phone off. And we have it for the kids where if you watch too much social media, the phone just turns it off for you.
How?
It's a parental stuff. It's a whole technical thing that they have to go into their phones and look it up. We get our phones, nobody does anything. They just look at their phones, go on social media, and that's it. They buy these phones that have so much use out of it. You can do so many different things with your phones, but all we do as regular people is just watch social media. We don't go into our settings and see all the different things you can do, how you can turn off your location, how you can turn off all your information. There's things that you can do on your phone, on your child's phone, that you can limit screen time. So during Ramadan, you go on your kid's phone, you say, okay, during Ramadan, you only get 2 hours, or you only get 30 minutes of social media. And you can click it.
So you're in control?
Yeah, of course. Of course. You can do it on your own phone. You can do it whatever you want to do, or set alarms throughout the day. Okay, how much? Put your phone down. It's 6 o'clock. Yalla, put your phone down. You can do these kinds of things to make it where that month is going to be focusing on the Quran, on the fasting, and on family. That's what that month is all about.
Please accept this advice. MashaAllah. Now, let's go back, jump now for Ramadan. Inshallah, it's coming very soon. Yeah. But you just mentioned how to make like a program inside the house. Program. But some kids actually, especially the youth, hard to get my son to involve with that. And also, not only that, I believe Rasulullah, he cooked with his wife, he cleaned the house, he cleaned with the.
Absolutely.
But that's Rasulullah. and the Sahaba.
Yeah.
I do that
I do
myself.
that. I mean,
I do
yeah,
that.
of course.
But our youth is
Yeah.
not in that mood. Even the fasting sometimes, waiting for the Ramadan, the iftar, without even sometimes eat too much.
Yeah, not
Hard to go to the masjid
after
after.
to pray.
Yeah,
Yeah, they hear that, then they eat, and then they
but that's also training. Yes, I agree.
training.
Already, we need an idea from you, especially you live in this kind of situation in America. About our kids, may Allah bless our kids, all in America and all the Muslim world, the Arab, I mean, to wait for Ramadan to be the month of Ramadan, the month of the Quran,
Get excited.
the month and a connection with Allah more and more.
Yeah, and so you prep them, right? This is the prepping month. You prep. We have one more month left, so this is the preparatory. You're preparing your family to understand that when Ramadan comes, there's going to be a change, right?
Change, yes.
And if you're, and this is the thing I hear a lot from the kids in the schools, is that when their dad comes home from work, they go on their couch and they sit there on their phones. And one of my biggest issues is when their fathers come home and they sit down and they do this and they're scrolling and they're watching. And you just come home from work and you sit on the couch. I know you're tired. I know we're all tired, right? We all come from work and we're all exhausted. But you just got home and you didn't see your family for 8 to 10 hours or whatever hours you work. What are your kids seeing? They're not seeing you work. They don't know what you're doing. All they're seeing is Baba comes home and he sits down like this. Because the kids tell me. And I asked, what do your dad? Oh, I don't know. I think he's some type of doctor.
This to everyone, please. This to everyone is very
everyone, not just the father.
Come from work
and change it up. Change it up, right? If you're coming home from work and you're not saying salam alaikum and you're into your house,
Shaitan will be with you.
The shaitan is with you. If you're coming into your house and you have your shoes on and you just walk into your house without taking your shoes off, how many times have we seen this
in the
masjid or anywhere? If you're coming home from work and you're tired, we're all tired, all of us. I'm exhausted. But you have to come to the house, and even if you can, hug your wife or hug your kids. Show them something. Right before you sit on that couch and sit there and look at your phone all day long. Change that routine starting now. So when Ramadan comes up, they're ready for this. They're used to it.
Brother, very important here. From now, train yourself. Come home. Rasulullah inside the house of Aisha, he kissed Aisha. And he said, Ya Aish. He gave a nickname for his wife.
Nickname your wife, nickname your kids. Do whatever you want to do. Make it fun. Make it exciting into your house. Let the kids be happy when you come home. And you'll see a nice change of how the kids
I agree.
How the kids interact with you.
I'm with you 100%.
You interact with the wife in a type of way. You interact with the husband a certain type of way. Your kids are watching this. If the husband gets up and starts saying, "Oh, let me grab the spray bottle and let me clean the counter," the kids are seeing this.
They will do.
They will do. They'll say, "Oh, well, Baba did it, so I'll do it too." They'll see these. They'll mimic your behavior. Take the vacuum and start vacuuming. You'll see when you come home after 3 or 4 days of you doing that, you'll start to see the kids vacuuming, picking up the vacuum, the kids will mimic us.
But some moms, actually, some parents, actually, your father, for example, take the garbage. Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
That's okay, not doing that.
Yeah.
And then after that become extremely angry. And clothes. We come to the house through the house. Even the masjid also. Come to the masjid, the shoes in the front of the masjid.
They throw the shoes out on the floor.
Actually, I did that in my masjid when I was in Imam in Sorlan. I had a lot of shoes in front of the door. When I saw that, everybody in the masjid, I think all in the garbage can. I believe it or not, I take it next to the garbage can. Everybody come, what the fuck our shoes? I say, this to the garbage can.
Go find them.
And then they learn.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, I was a friend with my, if some imams would attack him. Yeah. But my point, how to deal with this kind of problem, especially the kids come to the house, the shoes, the clothes, this, not the phone must be done. No, I'm tired. And the mom or the dad come and do the same thing.
And that's what I'm saying. If the parents are doing it, what do you think the kids are going to do? If the parents are doing the same thing that you don't want the kids to do, I tell the parents all the time, don't yell at your kids for doing what you're doing. You can't get mad at the kids for doing what you're doing. They're watching you. They're seeing you. If you yell at your wife in front of your kids, don't expect the kids to not yell at their mom. Don't expect the kids to be respectful of their mother if the dad's disrespecting, and vice versa if the wife is yelling at the husband.
Yeah.
Don't expect the kids to have respect for the father if that's not going to work.
Yeah. They be afraid with the fear, not with respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a mimic behavior. It's understanding that if dad is doing this, if mom is doing this, we should do this too. If dad comes home from work and he puts his phone down on the table and he comes and hangs out with us and he comes and laughs with us, or he comes and jokes around or wrestles, plays, then we should do that. It's
the only solution in our opinion. So to come and respect the time, and family supposed to be number one.
Yes, and we only have a certain amount of hours throughout the day with our family members.
Exactly.
Like we work until 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Sometimes we work till 8 o'clock at night, and then the kids go to sleep at what time? Sometimes 9, sometimes 10. You only have 2 hours.
But here's something important about a lot of Muslim women, for example, they are home. They cook, they clean, they this, and the husband outside. Then we come, some houses, mashallah, inshallah, with love and complete love and passion and hugging and this and that. And some husband, complete opposite. And same time, the woman, she's all day alone. Whatever in her heart, have to speak.
Yeah, of course.
Some husband will love to listen to the wife, and some husband completely opposite. But how to solve the problem in this situation? She's home, not working, and he's working. He bring the money to the house.
And I think it's more cultural than it is religion.
Really?
Right? I think culture plays a big role in how I believe men interact with women who are home or men from work. Culture and the society, I think, has kind of made us men, some of our men, I don't want to say weak, but different, un-Islamic. We hear these things, oh, I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one that makes the money. I don't have to do anything else when I come home. That's a lot of the mindset that a lot of the older people from the different countries, Palestine, Lebanon, whatever. I work, khalas, and my job is done. I don't have to come home and do anything. That's your job. But that's not true. Again, our kids don't know what we're doing when we're at work. They don't watch us at work. They don't see what we're doing at work. They see what they see when you come home. So they only know my Baba works. I don't know what he does. When he comes home, he's always in a bad mood. Oh,
in a bad mood.
Yeah, why are you in a bad mood all the time? If you see that you're having a bad time at your job, then go get a new one. Change your job, change your career, change something. Don't just stay there because
change your behavior.
Because I get it. A lot of people say, "Well, I need the money. I need the money." Yeah, you need the money, but that money is not going to make your family happy. How many times have we walked into these $1 million homes? We walk into these $1 million homes and the people are miserable.
Yes.
And the kids are a mess.
Yes.
Why? Well, because they're constantly working. They forget about the kids. They want to have kids, mashallah, but then they don't want to deal with the kids. We want to have as many kids as we want because I became a successful engineer, so I can have as many kids as I want. I can afford it. Okay, you can afford the kids, but do you have the time to give to that kid?
I agree.
Right? We see this a lot. We see this in our careers. We see this when we go to these houses. We see all these people have so much money, and their kids are a mess. We go to these houses, the parents are barely making it, but they're happy, right? You see, and I talk to these people a lot. These people that I used to work with, who say these same things, and they're non-Muslims. Non-Muslims are saying these things. Money doesn't buy happiness. These are non-Muslims who say these things to you, where they're happy being in a smaller house because they are closer to each other. Well, Islamically speaking, that's how we're supposed to live anyway.
Indeed. Allah subhanahu if we follow the Quran and the Sunnah, our life will be different.
Everything falls into place. If you listen to the deen, if you come home from work as a father, and you're a housewife who takes care of the kids, takes care of the family, cooks and cleans, that's more respect than anything else, I believe.
Indeed. No, plus it's not an easy job.
It's not an easy job. You can't put a price on it.
Yeah. For example, my wife and I will watch actually one of the thing. Two couple actually try to fix the clothes. Who's one make the clothes faster? Me, for example, if I do the clothes, takes one piece of the clothes takes few minutes. My wife tak. But we completely different. I mean that may Allah give mercy to my father. The mother, هي ملكة البيت. The queen of the house. Absolutely. Is the wife.
Absolutely.
And us, مرعية. I mean, we are just in the kingdom. Not, he not consider himself king.
Yeah,
He said the house, إمك ملكة البيت. She's the queen of the house.
absolutely.
That's why I have to respect mom and
Yeah,
mom and
yeah.
mom. And alhamdulillah, we respect. My point here, not all of us, we grow up like this.
Yeah,
But our youth, now the mom and the dad not become like a dad and supposed to be also friends.
yeah, and
They're closer to you.
and that-
It's not you're not a friend, but when you speak to your mom and dad, come to mentality, respect, and honor.
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
we didn't see that.
Well, our parents are becoming. They want to be friends with their kids, right? When you want to become a friend with your kid, understand that once you become that friend, you lose that parent
Yes.
relationship, right? So don't expect a certain amount of respect from that person, from that friend of yours anymore. So I always kind of tell the parents, put a limit on how much friendship you have with your children,
Exactly.
right? And you know as a parent what line you should not cross.
I mean, I'm the judge.
Yeah, you as a parent should know that
Yeah.
your kid needs to understand that you're still the mom and you're still the father. So they need to come to you for questions, they need to come for your answers, but they also need to make sure that they understand that that's still my mom. At the end of the day, that's my mom. I have to give her the respect. Because you see a lot of times with the kids are yelling or cursing or screaming at their
You
parents.
lose it.
And again, it goes back to the society that you're being raised around, the community that you're around, right? The society, the social media, the TV, the stuff that they're watching, the things that they're listening to. We tell the kids all the time, you are what you listen to. You are what you're watching. All that stuff goes into your ears, it goes into your eyes, it goes into your soul. Once you start to watch that stuff and continuously watch these things and hear these things, it hardens you.
And Ramadan coming soon, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Given before we finish, inshallah, and also brother and sister in Sunnahfollowers, if you have a question, prepare yourself, inshallah. How to make really to start for Ramadan, especially for our youth. Youth, not the kids. The kids something and used to be closer to me as a father, closer to me as a mom. I want an advice for the parents, make steps by step, how to get that to our households.
So I think one of the first things I would do, and I'm talking about parents, husbands and wives. I think one of the things I would ask parents to do is to, when you're laying in bed next to each other, ask each other as a husband and a wife, what can we do different this year? Right? Have that conversation in the bedroom with the kids are sleeping. Don't get the kids involved because you want to stay on the same page, right? Husband and wives always need to be on the same page. When it has anything to do with the kids, anything has to do with the house, anything has to do with anything, husband and wife need to be on the same page. You have that conversation with each other. Take a piece of paper or write a note in your phone. What needs to change in this house?
Change.
Yeah. What do we have to change? What's wrong with our house? Even if you are a millionaire and you think you have no problems, there's problems, right? We all have. Everybody has problems.
Yeah.
What can we do to get closer to our kids, to make our kids get closer to the deen?
Closer to Ramadan also.
During Ramadan, yeah. So you start it now. So you use Ramadan as your tool, as your excuse. We're gonna do this Ramadan. As long as you and your husband have that talk before Ramadan, right now, this is the conversation you have right now. Have that conversation right now. And as the month goes, before Ramadan starts, you start throwing little seeds. Oh, this Ramadan, we're gonna do this. This Ramadan, we're gonna decorate. This Ramadan, oh, we're gonna go buy these lights. We're gonna go buy these things. We're gonna go, hey, help me. You're gonna put this up for us. You're gonna do this. You start, and the kids will start to say, what's going on? Oh, Ramadan. Okay, Ramadan. You'll start to see that
with excitement.
You slowly start to see the
like
kids. But you and your husband, or if you're single mom, single father, got to be on the same page. You have to understand
this is the key
that the before Ramadan is that time that you get to get ready for Ramadan. Our goal, as all parents should be, one of our biggest goals is to how can we bring our kids closer to our deen.
Allah.
That should be our main goal.
May Allah guide our kids.
Ameen.
Well, sister, I have any question with Sister Muhammad here. There's an opportunity for everyone.
Brother Muhammad.
Brother Muhammad.
You said Sister Muhammad.
Brother Muhammad. Sister Layla. Yeah. The Sister Layla or Sister Anis, I have any question, speak inshallah before we finish, inshallah. But actually, Wallahi, brother, we are going to continue about the youth. Because the youth, a lot of our kids, actually, a lot of the youth is very far. Why? Because try to imitate the others.
Yeah, they have to fit in when they go to school. They have to fit in when they go to high school. They have to fit in.
To fit in.
They want to fit in. They don't want to be different. Right. And that's one of the things, like I always tell everybody here, my motto, we're Muslims, we're built different. We're not like,
we're supposed to be different.
Yeah, we are different. We are supposed to be different. We don't do the stuff they do. We don't talk the way they talk. We don't act the way they act.
You know, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Kun fi dunya gharib, aw abir sabil." Be in the dunya as a stranger or just passing by.
Yeah.
And this is gharib. I said, and he said in the end of the hadith, "Tuba lil ghuraba," glad tidings for the strangers. Ya Rasulullah, who's the stranger? The stranger, and the one he is working with Allah and waiting to die.
That's it.
Yeah,
absolutely. And
we're gonna die, all of us.
We're all gonna die. And one of the things, and this is for people like my daughter who just started college. I explained to her, you park your car, you go to class, you get what you got to get out of class, you go back in your car, you come home. There's no need to look outside and to see what everybody else is doing. There's no need to go different places. Go get what you got to get and get out. And I tell the kids when they leave 8th grade to 9th grade, when they go to high school, you're going to see a lot of stuff that you don't see in Islamic school.
Yes.
You're going to see a lot, because a lot of the high schools, I think none of the high schools, they don't have uniforms. So a lot of these kids, they wake up in the morning, their pajamas, they put their flip-flops on, they go to school. Or a lot of the girls, they throw on 3 pounds of makeup, wear half naked clothes, and they go to school.
Oh,
and so I tell the guys, I tell the kids, boys and girls, especially the girls that wear hijab, I said, when you go to public school, you're going to have everything coming at you at the same time. You're going to have bullies. You're going to have teachers who talk rubbish. You're going to have drugs. You're going to have stuff that you haven't had when you were all the 8 years where you were in Islamic school that you didn't see. You're going to see all of it at the same time because you're in 9th grade and you're had 12th graders. So you have the beginning and you have people who are leaving. So you have in that middle, you have all these kids doing everything.
But the opposite is university. University, you choose what you want to.
University is different.
Yeah.
University is different. Like I told my daughter, you're in college. These people aren't going to be the same way like they're in high school. Everybody's going to college because they want to go to college.
And a college, college is different than university.
It's different.
Yeah.
And so when you go to high school, everybody has to go to high school. They need to be there.
Yeah.
They don't want to go.
Yeah, university is the option.
University is option. So I tell the 8th graders, when you're going to go 9th grade, you're going to see a big change. Big change. The teachers aren't going to care about you. The counselors are not going to care about you. They don't want to hear from you. They only want to hear from the kids who are getting straight A's and doing really well.
Yes, exactly. Actually, to be straight A's, we supported by the board, by the school. Yeah.
They want the kids with the good grades. And if you mess up, I tell the kids all the time, the moment you mess up is the moment they're going to talk to you, but they're going to want you out.
Yeah.
They're going to want you into a different school. They're going to want you in a different area. They don't want to have to deal with a kid with issues.
May Allah guide our kids. Yeah. Well, the time is running very fast. Yes, we're going to speak more and more. And before 2 minutes left, anything in Sunnahfollowers there? Want to say, have comments or speak?
No questions, no comments on Zoom.
Alhamdulillah. Well, Brother Muhammad, we have to continue with this. To me, especially Ramadan.
And I'm talking about the kids when they're in public schools, how to explain.
Yeah,
in the next conversation.
Inshallah, if Allah give us a life, we speak about it. Very important, especially a lot of kids. They making hard. Ramadan is very, very heavy and hard.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it simple and easy,
inshallah.
But for Islamically something, and the way you speak about it is more nice, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for that, brother and sister. Jazakallah khair for listening to us. And may Allah Azza wa Jal guide us and guide our kids, Ya Rabbil Ameen. May Allah Azza wa Jal show us the truth to follow, Ya Rabbil Ameen. Ameen, Ameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. SubhanAllah wa bihamdihi. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.